Top 6 strangest birds in the world will amaze you. Birds are animals with a wide distribution across the globe, from the harsh regions of the Arctic to the warm tropical forests of Asia, Africa, and the Americas. With over 10,000 known species in the world, they are one of the most diverse groups of animals on Earth. But do you know which bird is considered the cruelest of the bird families? Which species is considered the most intelligent? Is it true that the legendary phoenix that appeared in China was accidentally recorded by the camera? Those are just 3 of many mysteries about some unique birds that we want to show you. Let's explore top 6 most exotic birds in the world. Number 1. White phoenix, the legendary bird in China. The phoenix is known as a very large bird with colorful plumage including orange, purple, and yellow that looks like a blazing fire, and its chest is dark red. The tail of this bird is long and the crest is silvery blue. In many descriptions, it is also recorded that this is a bird of prey that is larger than the eagle and has some peacock-like features. It is known as the national mother of birds and appears in the legends of many countries such as Egypt, China, Greece, etc. These records all praise the beauty, song, and miraculous rebirth. Therefore, it has become a very sacred mascot in many different religions. Not long ago, a tourist climbing a mountain in Jiangzhou, Fujian, China, suddenly saw a beautiful white bird very similar to everyone's imagination of a phoenix, flapping its wings and soaring in the valley. A white bird with a long, proud tail glides through the air with its beautiful and magical wings, each flapping is free-spirited, elegant, and breathtakingly beautiful. The image immediately received mixed opinions from netizens. Some people think that this is just a picture of a flying white pheasant, but most are convinced that this is indeed the legendary white phoenix. Number 2. Vulture. Vultures are the common name for a group of carnivores and carrion-eating birds that live on every continent except Antarctica and Oceania. One of the characteristics of vultures is that their heads are often bald without feathers due to their habit of eating carrion by sticking their heads into the carcass of the animal to eat. The heads are stained with blood and body fluids that are sticky and difficult to clean. This feature helps vultures wash their heads quickly in nearby rivers. However, in Tibetan culture, vultures are sacred animals. Vultures are like angels, helping the souls of the deceased to be reincarnated. That is why in Tibet there is a mysterious burial custom where the deceased let the vultures eat the carcass instead of burying it. Celestial burial is a funeral practice in which the dead body is carried to the mountains to decompose on its own in contact with nature or to be eaten by vultures. At the sky burial site in the Larung Valley, Gars, Tibet, the black vultures fly across the sky, preparing to approach the dead body and prey. The Rogyapa, corpse handlers, attract vultures by burning juniper trees. Before the funeral ceremony, the deceased's body is washed clean, the spine is broken, and then the family rolls the body into a white cloth and carries it up the mountain. The Rogyapas will separate the body into parts with an axe. Then the vultures will blacken around the corpse and begin the quest. According to the concept of Vajrayana Buddhism, the soul is the most important part of human life. When returning to the realm of nirvana, the soul exists forever and the body is just like an, quote, empty boat decaying. Therefore, letting the vultures eat the carcass is an act of honoring the family of the deceased. In terms of geological history, the Tibetan Plateau is the ecosystem that exists at the highest place in the world. The rock is hard and cold, the Tibetans can't do burials under hard rock or cold ice, and land is expensive. Cremation is also very difficult because wood and fuel are very scarce. Meanwhile, flocks of hungry vultures circle the sky and wolves roam the area. With those geographical features, burial seems to be the most reasonable for them. Although people's perception of the mysterious heavenly burial custom is somewhat, quote, barbaric, it is still one of the traditional cultural features imbued in the lives of the Tibetan people. Number 3. Cassowary. Behind the alluring green color of the cassowary is tremendous power. It can knock down an opponent in the blink of an eye with a few kicks. In 2007, they were recognized by the Guinness World Records as, quote, the most dangerous bird in the world. The cassowary is a native species currently living mainly in northeastern Australia, Papua New Guinea, and some neighboring islands. In terms of size, they are the 3rd largest bird in the world, weighing from 75 to 80 kilograms and standing about 1.2 meters high, just behind the African ostrich and the emu ostrich. The strength of the cassowary lies in its strong legs, and its weapons are sharp claws like daggers. On the little finger of this bird, attach a nail that is more than 12 centimeters long and pointed. When feeling danger, they're ready to use this claw to, quote, straight attack the enemy. They can break horses, cows, or people with just a few kicks. In addition, their beak force is as strong as the sky. The fitness of the cassowary is also very respectable. On average, they can run 50 kilometers per hour and jump more than 2 meters. Biologists believe that the cassowary evolved directly from the dinosaurs. Their main food sources are fruits, insects, and small animals. Especially the egg of the cassowary is green. The male is responsible for protecting the eggs. When inherently aggressive, they're even more fierce, ready to attack those that invade their territory and threaten to their eggs. Even those in the herd often clash. Then their fight looks exactly like the one between the top two, quote, wrestlers. Currently, the habitat of the cassowary is seriously threatened by human urbanization. Due to their limited habitat, they sometimes come to destroy farms, crops, etc. in many rural areas. Sometimes they collide and cause people to be injured or even killed. Number 4. Asian Koel. Among the evilest birds in the world, perhaps koel is at the top of the list because of its ruthlessness and cold blood. Motherhood is the most beautiful bond that nature has bestowed on all species. However, the species refuses to acknowledge that vocation. During the breeding season, the mother koel will look for the nest of another bird instead of raising their chicks herself. It will jump into the nest to lay one of its eggs. Because the eggs are similar in size and pattern, the couple that, quote, spawned cannot be detected. The children of the koel will hatch before the children of the husband and wife of the bird family who have been given birth by the koel. So until the newly hatched cubs are red and have not yet opened their eyes, they continue to show the cruel nature of their species. The young koel uses his strength to push the remaining eggs out of the nest. With being the only child and receiving the wholehearted care of adoptive parents, the young koel grew up as fast as a blow. In less than a month, her body was even twice as big as that of her foster parents. When they have enough feathers and wings, they leave without returning. These baby koalas grow up and, if their females, continue to send eggs to other birds' nests, usually warblers, in accordance with the instincts of birds unique to this natural world. The phenomenon of, quote, giving birth and the special behavior of koalas are peculiar, somewhat cruel phenomena in the natural world. Explaining this phenomenon, there is an opinion that the mother koel specializes in eating worms, including venomous worms. As for the adult howler, their body will be immune to the toxins of the worm. But the koel does not have an immune system, so if it eats a poisonous worm, it may have to die. That is why the mother has to rely on other birds to raise her children for her. Number 5. Shoebill stork, the ugliest bird in the world. Many people, when they first see shoebill storks, think this bird is too ugly, but if you look carefully, you will probably realize that they're not only ugly, but also possess an extremely dull appearance. A plumage shaggy with a few, quote, hairs growing on his head, a mismatched face, and a huge beak. Among birds, the shoebill is a relatively large species. Adults can reach a height of about 1.6 meters. Despite possessing a relatively large body, their legs are quite slender, creating a confusing disproportion, but the wings of this species are very wide and powerful. They can even fly vertical, like a helicopter. Adult shoebills are usually pale white and usually stand motionless in the water for an hour or two. They mainly live in the swamps of Africa, are strong in appearance and large in size, and are likened to dinosaurs in the form of birds. They are descendants of the small dinosaur Theropoda, the same group of dinosaurs as T-Rex. Through evolution, the mouthful of sharp teeth was replaced by a large beak. The beak of the shoebill stork is 0.12 meters wide, the largest beak in the bird world, and has many uses, especially hunting and drinking beverages under the harsh African sun. The front of the large and sturdy beak is bent into the shape of a hook. The beak with this special structure is very sharp and can pierce crocodile skin. Even the edge of the bird's beak is razor sharp, cutting prey easily. Although the shoebill's main food is a variety of fish, its feeding habits are actually very diverse. Crocodiles, fish, lizards, snakes, and turtles are all on its menu, and even newborn mammals like antelope can be eaten by them if given the chance. Number 6. Crow, the most intelligent bird in the world. Many people may not know, but one of the most intelligent birds in the world is the crow. They can even imitate human voices and have intelligence that is superior to that of some famous birds such as babblers, parrots, etc. They are generally very distant birds. In some major cities, crows are also seen dropping nuts into the lanes of cars to peel the shells. They watch the traffic lights and only swoop down to pick up nuts when the pedestrian crossing signal turns green. The intelligence of crows is also shown by their long memories. In some experiments, when they flew over land that was once hunted, the whole flock would change flight formation. Sometimes crows are also seen to set up, quote, trials when the crows surround and judge an individual for, quote, crimes, such as stealing food from a baby crow. In a famous study published in 2015 in the journal Animal Behavior, scientists performed a small experiment. They wore masks, clutched dead crows in their hands, and set traps in crow-inhabited areas of Washington state. Surprisingly, when the crows got there, they recognized the danger and responded by, quote, scratching people and even warning their, quote, kind around. A few weeks later, the researchers came back and did the same thing, but with nothing in their hands. However, crows are extremely intelligent and are not easily fooled. They still show the same wary attitude towards humans as they did when they first met. From those behaviors, scientists conclude that crows can understand cause and effect, predicting how the world works, and they found that crows have the same cognitive ability as a child from 5 to 7 years old. We have revealed the secrets of the 6 strangest bird species on the planet. What other unique birds do you know? Leave your comment below and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now and see you in the next videos.